Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Today, what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly go over what a Gantt chart looks like and what we're going to be using, along with some other information, and we'll kind of tell you what your group needs to do today. So I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. Real quick, at the very top of every Gantt chart we have here is what date the flight is for. So here it is, October 3rd. And you see here we're DTW, then an arrow to ORD. We use three-letter codes for airports. DTW happens to be Detroit Metro Airport, and ORD is Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. The International Air Transportation Association, say that three times real quick, assigns three letters for each airports around the world. A lot of times they are assigned based on the name of the airport, maybe the name of the city, because I think Miami is MIA, or some other meaningful sort of identification. At the so we have a flight going from Detroit to Chicago. It's 7:50 to 10:16, and then a return flight 12:30 to 14:54. So it is important for you to know and important for you to understand that the flight is supposed to take place at 7:50, but you will notice this blue bar for the flight actually extends an hour, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's look at the rest of the information on the Gantt chart. We have everything broken down into an hour from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 1,300 hours, which really is one. We then break it into four different pieces, and they're 15-minute increments: 6 to 6:15, 6:15 to 6:30, 6:30 to 6:45, 6:45 to 7. And that goes all the way down our chart. Again, our flight here takes off at 7:50, but we notice an hour here. It's 4 blocks because the crew, that would be the captain, the first officer, the flight attendants, have to be at the airport on the job, ready to work at least 1 hour prior to takeoff. And the same thing happens here. This plane lands at 10:16. If we look right here, 10:16's here. It'd be just like literally 10:15, but there's 2 more blocks, 2 more 15-minute chunks added there. That's because the crew has to stay a half hour after it lands. All right. So a couple of other things that I need to tell you about here is scheduling the cruise. We want to know seniority. We want to know how many years the people have been working, because we award or we bid jobs to the people who have the most seniority. It's probably a union thing. It's just how the flight industry works. The total flight time. The flight time has to do with the number of hours they've flown this week. You are, by U.S. law, not able to fly more than 60 hours a week. 40 hours is a normal work week. 60 hours is like regular plus probably 20 hours worth of overtime. Availability. So after you go home and you finish your last shift, there has to be 10 hours in between. So you must wait 10 hours. So if I finish at 8 p.m., and I look at the clock, I cannot come back to work until 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am not able to come back to work till 6 in the morning the next day. And then the other thing we have to be aware of is requesting time off. Did the person take the day off? Are they on vacation? So you're like, huh? What? Doesn't make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off this little shadow thing. We're going to start with the captains. There's 3 potential candidates. What I want you to do today is, in your groups that you guys are going to fill out the pink little boxes. That's all you're doing today. It's easy peasy, nice and easy. If we scroll down on your sheet, because if you notice, there are 4 tabs. We're only going to work with the first 2 tabs over the next couple of days for now. I have the other 2 in case I want to use them. So over here, you can click on crew schedule. Here are the captains. Here's Hernandez, Johnson, Williams. Here we go. Hernandez, Johnson, Williams. Works for me. Seniority, 15.3 years for Hernandez. So we type in 15. Flight time. Oh, look, cumulative flight time for the week, 55 hours. So that's why I put 55 here. Available. So the earliest, the next shift that Captain Hernandez could do is October 2nd at 2100 hours, which is, I think, roughly 8 o'clock at night. Well, we don't need him till October 3rd, so he's certainly available. And then last but not least, did he request any time off? And the answer is 9, which means none. So I put in N. Your job for your group is to work on putting all the information in the other pink so you're able to start to build the schedule the next day we meet. So that's it. Once your group is done, you guys may bug out. Have a good day. So let's go ahead and get her done.